everyone, welcome to geometry. We are on lesson 71, translations. Remember, there are three types of transformations. There was a translation, that was the first one. There was a rotation, there was a reflection, and I believe those are the main three. There might be one more, I don't know. But here we're going to talk about the first one, translation, meaning it's the same shape. We're not making it bigger, we're not making it smaller. All we're doing is simply moving it, we're shifting it. Here, example one, we have a box, A, B, C, D. Here it says shift each unit to each coordinate 5 units to the right. All we're doing, so if you have graph paper like I recommended, it's easier to see these a lot more because in your homework, I'm going to be asking for coordinates. I'm not going to be asking for you to draw it. I'm asking for the coordinates you draw after you shift them. So here it says shift each one 5 units. So grab paper. Each unit is a small box. So here I don't have boxes. I'm going to pretend I can see the boxes here. So with A, 1. So exactly here I'm moving it to the right. I'm not moving up or down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember, if it's a new transformation or translation, you have to put that comma there, and that shows you it's a translation. B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B, put 5 there. C, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you'll see it better with your graph paper, but you're just shifting that coordinate 5 units, just counting the number of boxes there. If you have line paper, just make those grids so you can see it easier. Here, shifting it 1 unit, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this one, making sure it's very accurate. Again, labeling makes it easier for you to see it. And this is what it looks like when we shift it 5 units from each coordinate. So we're shifting it. It doesn't look like it's bigger, it doesn't look like it's smaller, it's simply exactly the same size. For example 1A, they're saying to shift it. Example B is said to prove it, show that these shapes are the same. So they're exactly the same, they have the same area. If we look here, if we're doing area-wise, so let me actually draw these. Here it looks like we have 3 units here, so the bottom there is 3. It looks like we have 3 units up here, so 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 3 units here. So length and width is 3 and 3. Multiply it together and you get area of 9. Now let's look at our translated shape. So if I were to draw my boxes, so I can see it better, down here it's still 3. And if I look at my side here, 1 box, 2 box, 3, this is also 3. So my length and my width is both 3. So if it's both 3, to find the area, all I do is multiply. They have the same exact area because all we're doing is just moving them. We're not making them bigger or smaller. Now we're going to talk about the translations. They're going to show you this, or they're going to show you the vectors like up here. Here it says you'll have a translation of x, y. They're going to tell you how to translate them. So meaning you're going to add 1 to your x coordinate. You're going to subtract 2 from your y coordinate to create your new graph here. So here we have these regular coordinates. I have the shape here. They want us to translate it 5 units x, that means 5 units to the right and 4 units up. But if we do the mathematical portion of it, so we have -2 and 0. This is the first coordinate here. According to the translation, they want us to add 5 and add 4 to the y coordinate. And when I do that, I have 3, 4, and that's my new coordinate of me translating it. Next one, so the y, so I'm going to add that comma because I'm translating it. I have -2 and -4. But according to this, I'm adding y, or adding 5 to the x, I'm adding 4 to the y. So now my new y coordinate is 3, 0. Next one, z. I have z as 1, -4. They want us to add 5 to the x coordinate. They want us to add 4 to the y coordinate. And we get, for coordinate z, we get 6, 0, and that is our new translation. Again, if I were to draw it so you can see it more, I have 3, 4, 3, 4. That's my x. My y is 3, 0. So put my little commas there. And my z is 6, 0. 3, 6. And then I have a new triangle like that. Is shifted 5 units to the right and 4 units up in every coordinate here. 5 units, 4 units. 5 units here, 4 units there, and I created a shift like that. Same shape, all I did was move it. Example 3. Now we're going to talk about vectors. They're going to have x comma y. So they're not saying to add 5, add 4. They're not going to show you this anymore. They're going to show you this. So if it's 7, -2, you're adding 7, you're subtracting 2 because of the sign. So here, example 3, we have, it looks like 4 vertices. It looks like it could be a quadrilateral. They want us to add 2 and add 3. So add 2 for our x coordinate. And that's all I have right here. So I have all my coordinates labeled on here, A, B, C, D. I'm adding 2 to every x coordinate. And the 3 is positive. So if it's positive, I'm adding 3 to all the y coordinate. My shape looked like this, and I left it like that. But now we're translating it, so therefore we're going to have new sets of coordinates. So if we add 2 and add 3, our new coordinate will be 2, 3 for A, 2, 7 for B, 6, 7 for C, and then D, it'll be 6, 3, 4, D. So now, if I were to graph it, A is 2, 3, 2, 3. A, B is 2, 7, 2, 7 here. C is 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. C is 6, 7, so it's up here. And then D is 6, 3. 6, 3 is about here. And then I have a new shape like this. I am shifting it however many units up. It's not going to look exactly the same, but this is how it would look. So I made it smaller, that's why it looks a little bit bigger. But if I were to draw my grids, it would be exactly the same area. So for your homework, I'm asking for the new translated coordinates. Last one is to understand and how to find these translations. So it's a word problem, example 4. That is page 474. Here it's saying we started from 4, -5, and we jumped to 16, 3. Then we jumped again to 13, -2. They want us to find the translation of each one. So what we're going to do, we're going to find the translation of the first one here. To find the translation of each one, you subtract the second one from the first one. So I'm going to put my vectors. For my x coordinate, I'm going to subtract my second x coordinate by my first one. And then for this one, I'm going to subtract my second y coordinate to my first one. So 3 minus -5. Or, if you want to look at it, it's 4 plus what gives you 16? And that would be 12. -5 plus what gives me 3? And that would be 8. Or, you can just simply subtract the second one from the first one. So 16 minus 4 is 12. 3 minus -5, or 3 plus 5, is 8. And that's your first vector that changed. Next one, now we had 16, 3, and then we jumped to 13, -2. So from 16 to 13, it looks like it jumped down and not up. But if I were to do the math, it's the second one, second x coordinate minus the first x coordinate. The second y coordinate minus the first y coordinate. If I were to do that, I get -3, -5. Or, again, another way, 16 plus what gives you 13, and that is -3. 3 plus what gives you -2, and that is -5. And these two are your two translations. They're the two things showing how they're changing. If you have any more questions, make sure you email me down there. I miss you guys. Have a good day.